Hello everyone. Before we start, I just want to say we have not updated to 1.20 in this episode just yet, even though this is posted after the release date. I have to make my videos a little bit in advance because I get a lot of migraines and I don't want to be rushing to meet up with the schedule. So this was actually recorded about a week ago, and we obviously have not got the update yet. So hopefully, update will come in next week. So next week we should be able to go exploring all the new stuff. So we just have to do a little bit of time travel. Just pretend you're a week ago. Okay, on with the video. Hello and welcome back! I was just checking in on the villagers and I'm quite happy to find they are making babies on their own. I'm no longer having to give them carrots and bread and things, they're just making babies. Hi! So that's very nice. They spent a very long time spreading themselves out in the village and then not doing anything. There was no new ones, even if I gave them tons of bread and tons of carrots, and now that I've left them alone for like 2 weeks, no, more like 2 months, now that I've left them alone for nearly 2 months, they've just taken things into their own hands. But anyway, I have a little job I want to do today, before we start anything else. You can see that I have fish in my hands. I'm gonna go get that last cat. I think there's a witch hut somewhere over here, exactly north from my base, and it's not far. Also just north from my base, there's a zombie villager. Yeah, there's a zombie village. I don't know what you call them. One of the ones that naturally spawns already zombied. There's nothing in it. I've already checked it before, but it's just interesting. There it is. It is maybe like 200 or 300 blocks from spawn. The seed is listed in the description for anybody who wants it. There are so many villages around here. That's not it. I was gonna say there's the witch's hut. There's the witch's hut. And there's a cute little village that's only on an island. That's so sweet. There's the witch. That makes it nice and easy. That was very easy. Thank you. And now I fell in. Hello, kitty cat. Yay! That's all the kitties. Now I've got to walk you home. The villagers started spawning cats as well, so that's nice. Yeah, you can stay around the steps. That's quite cute. You can come with me. I'm back here by my little random mushroom cave. I dug out this hole. I don't really know why. I had no plan for it. I was just in the mood to dig out a hole, so I did. And now I have put some dripstone in here for a very slow, probably ineffective dripstone farm. You can sit round here. As you can see, it's not done a lot so far. But then again, that's maybe been like half an hour. So I have no idea. Other than doing those great big farms with the flying machines to knock everything down, that'll do for now. But now we have all the cats, and one day I will make some kind of cat display room. Essential. And then whenever we want a particular coloured cat, we can just go get it. I've got a white cat just here. Let's see if I can get a second black cat. Yes, we can. Please come back. Thank you. You, come here. Back to where you were. Perfect. Thank you. Why are the kittens so cute? Where have you gone? There you are. There you go. Adorable. Also, why do some cats obsessively put their heads in blocks? This one is guilty of it too. This one is often shoulder deep in this chest, and I don't know why. Why do they keep turning to stick their heads in things? And why is that the angle they always choose? Not that the dogs are doing any better. But anyway, back to the mine. Because today I am going to fill in this area. I am going to make this a big hot spring. I'm going to decorate all around here. I've got some ideas, so we'll see how much I can get done today. But I'm going to really try and decorate this area, work on the trees, maybe do a bit on this kind of outer ring as well. So this kind of top corner, I know it's a circle so it shouldn't really have corners, but this top corner of the mine is kind of done, and we can start to spread it out into this outer curve, this footpath around the top. Definitely need to get some more amethysts in today as well. That's going to be part of what's going on around here. But I feel the sooner that we get the mining area done, the sooner we're going to get that drake. Still no sign of it today, sadly. What are you grumbling about? You put yourself in there. So I have got my usual setup of things. And we can start doing some decoration work around here. This is going to be the big hot spring. This is going to be quite a big one. Probably literally just dig this out, but follow this shape. I quite like the idea of there being maybe like a little bit of an island or some tiny patchy islands in the middle that will still have some trees on, because I quite like having these trees here. But this is going to be the hot spring. I'm going to make it a bit kind of marshy around it. That's what I forgot to get. I forgot to pick up some mud. Okay, I'll have to go back and get that. Make it a little bit marshy around here so that the land isn't completely solid with just a pond in the middle. It's a little bit like it's giving way, and then it'll join up into these existing hot springs that have already been here for a while. So I need to clear some trees, clear out these stones, clear out the excess dirt and get the shape that I want, and then make it all pretty and hot springy. And then around this I'm going to put some little camping areas, because I imagine it's quite warm to sit by a hot spring. So we'll put some nice relaxing areas where the workers would sit, and there'll be things like log piles. I want some amethyst geodes up here to help attract in the amethyst drake. Maybe some of it is stores from the crane, maybe some of it is just the raw geodes sitting on the hillside. I'd like to put up some kind of small horse and cart arrangement, maybe not the big ones that we were talking about last week that's moving the great big amethyst geodes around, but getting some small horse and carts in here, just for moving the common stone. Might help add a little bit of storytelling, a bit of energy, having the horses moving around. That's maybe what we can have up here. There can maybe actually be like a little stable where they keep the horses. I feel like there should be other animals too. Horses, donkeys, mules. I'm kind of thinking goats. I don't really know why they would have goats up here, but I know in some places they do use goats to pull carts, so maybe they would actually be pulling some of the smaller ones. Be quite cute, but then again, you need to put them in a pen with a roof, otherwise they just escape. Oh, so many things to consider. Also, I did fly past this village earlier just to double check, and there are still villagers in it. They haven't been devoured by zombies. Hello. They've just had their trees made weird by Endermen. They've really been busy. These guys are a bit far away. I don't think I'll try and incorporate them into the main village, since it is already getting pretty hefty. But it might be quite nice to come back here again at some point and tidy it up, given that it is a bit weird, but it is also within view. I don't want to do too much outside the settlement. I don't want to tidy up everything, or you'd be here forever doing it. I do quite like the idea of tidying up things like the villages, just because they are so erratic in how they spawn sometimes. It feels a bit weird to have a nice thing that you've built, that you've put a lot of thought into, that is then surrounded by nonsense. Anyway, these guys are still here, they're still chill. Hopefully, because they didn't spawn in from that distance, hopefully it means that monsters won't too, so when I'm working up there they won't get eaten. And they can just chill down there. See, they're no longer spawning in. I don't know a lot about the mechanics and the behind the scenes of how Minecraft works and generates things, but have they actually increased how many villages you get these days? Because I didn't think you got this many before. I remember the first time I tried to ever get villages and stuff set up, which I think was in 1.17, just, you know, playing for myself personally. I spent so long trying to find villages, because there just weren't any. And I was in, like, plains biomes, so there should have been plenty, but nope. Whereas here, there's, like, the one I'm in, the one that's over there that got attacked by the burrowing worm. There's this one. There's one just over there. That's just out our render distance. There's the zombie village. There's 2 villages in a swamp. I don't think there's many more villages if you go that way. There's one out in the plains over there. There's another one past that one in the plains out there. And this is only in, like, a 500 block radius. This isn't like I'm going too far out. So many. Anyway, build a hot spring. Get the mud. I wanted the mud. We'll take some muddy roots, we'll take some mud, take some stuff with me. Mud. I'm also taking some clay and some bricks. I don't use bricks as much as I should do, and I feel like if they've got clay up there and they're just making stuff by hand for their little seating and rest areas, they maybe would use bricks. We shall see. No plans. Nothing set in stone just yet. so I've just stopped it here for now, because I think, besides having to do this little patch here and move this lot out the way, I think I'm kind of done with this like basic decoration of this like top layer bit. Up to about here, because I'll do some more here. I think custom trees along this edge might be quite nice. And the amethyst geodes, I need to put those in. But we've got the main hot spring here. Some of the outer edges of it are kind of muddy, kind of clay, little pockets of water. And it kind of joins up to the original hot springs we got back here. It looks like it makes sense anyway. I might put some more bushes in just to tie it in a bit more, but for now, I kind of feel comfortable with where it is. And we've got a little island that's got a tree in the middle. Now, I did kind of zone out and forget, and I just started building one of these trees again, this kind of leaning... I don't know, you do get like shaggy fir trees like this, that they're kind of more like pom-pommy bits rather than being tall and conical. Something about it is not working for me at the moment, so it might get replaced at some point, but I need to figure out what's wrong with it before I start tampering with it. For now, it will do as a placeholder. There is a smaller pool at this side overlooking that village. I decided to add some mushrooms, because I haven't actually done anything with mushrooms so far. From here you can look down into this dark oak forest that has a few mushrooms. It's not really mushroom heavy, but it's nice to bring up some of the mushrooms just so that it feels like it blends a little better. But I think these few that I've got is enough. I don't think I want to put any more in, otherwise it's going to end up too mushroomy. They're a bit goofy. I do like them, but they're a bit goofy, so we'll do something mushroom dedicated one day, but not here. And there's an even smaller hot spring on this side as well. Again, overlooking the village. It's got some little pools around it. Yep, that's about it. And a little seating area here in this corner. Just some logs around a campfire. That's about it. So for this area, this is kind of it for the, shall we say, foundational work. For the natural stuff. Things like the ground and the trees. I will put some more custom trees in, but as always, I tend to do those last, because you put in the things you need and then you just fill the gaps with the trees, whereas if you're trying to fill stuff in between the trees, it's just really annoying. So I could do to put in things like the horse and carts. I want some more seating areas, some more storage areas. Just going to fill this up. I might build the stable this episode, or I might start something. Actually, no, I think I'll come up with a proper plan for that rather than just winging it. But yeah, now's the time to start putting the story stuff in, putting log piles and geodes and storage of gems and ores and stuff, making it look like a mine. This is the path, it's got the pretty bits, but now it needs to be minified. That is a word now. From a higher vantage point, it's looking pretty good. Definitely needs more geodes. I think that's kind of what's missing. We've got so many big geodes on that front that they're just not following through up here, so definitely need to do some geodes. I think I'm going to leave most of the landscape though. I know that's the big ravine, but I actually don't mind how a lot of the terrain has generated around here. There is this weird entrance to the ravine. I might try and turn this into some kind of access point, put steps in, but it's quite steep. But I think I'll leave it here, come back to it, rather than just filling this in or tidying it over. That feels like quite a nice curve. If somebody was trying to get a horse and cart down there from the ravine, that would actually be a really good organic curve. It just needs to not be quite so steep. That's a little treacherous. But yes, now we'll get some story stuff in, we'll finish off with some custom trees, and we'll see what we have to do next. As usual, this is kind of being built on the fly, so sometimes you start something and you realise your idea was only like halfway through, so you just come back to it. Once you've got an idea that's a bit more developed, you just come back to it. So it might be that, it might be that we leave the stable and stuff up there for a bit, until we actually know what we're doing, especially because we've got the update coming out. We might go exploring for a bit and then come back and do some building. This is a really fun spot to be in, actually. I really like this wide path. It's so simple, but it's completely changed the tone of this area. I definitely need to connect it up though, because at the moment it just goes to nothing. So this might also be a job we do today. Take this out of the way. Square some of this up a little. Okay, we'll do more with that later. Now I need to sleep before the zombies come, because there's a lot of zombies up here. And that we'll have to do for now. This has taken quite a long time to get to this point, and I'll be honest with you, as you can tell from that tree, I'm kinda getting a bit meh with it today. That one. What is that? So these two fir trees were based off trees that I've done in a creative world where I was able to fly around and make it look sensible and balanced, and then once I actually came to do it in survival, it's just become this. And I don't know what this is. So this is probably going to get changed at some point. Once I figure out exactly what the problem is, I'm probably just going to have to strip it down and put the bushy bits on again. But for now, it's whatever this is. Things don't always work out, and this is a perfectly good example of things not working out. But the rest of this build, I'm actually quite happy with. We've got a few more mushrooms here. I don't know, I didn't want to put more trees in because it felt like it would suffocate the path in, but these actually give a nice little bit of shape and they fill the space in without clogging it up. So I quite like these. I think this was quite a nice placement for them. We've got a little cart here by the side of the road. I need to bring some horses over. I brought some horses and some mules and some donkeys up, so we'll just scatter those throughout the area as and when they've got places. There's a little camping area up here. They've got some bricks in. Make it a more permanent little area. Somebody just wants a break, they can just come up here and admire the views. All around there's little bundles of ore. And there's little patches of amethysts as well. There's some kind of like, I don't know, are these like tables? Are these scaffolding? I don't know what these are for, but they're just around the geodes as if they're being harvested. Or they've maybe been harvested in the past. There's another one here, in the process of being harvested. I haven't put too much on this bank just yet because I am at some point going to make this a path. So for now, there's a wood pile, and there's some bushes, and that's about it. I think I did decorate these stones a little bit, just so they don't look too forgotten, but yep, for now, pretty simple. Here's the crew, waiting to go into place. Another little wood pile back there. More ores scattered around, and another small cart up here for now. I was going to put it on the road, but once you put it on the road, even if the blocks are off the floor, they turn the path back to dirt, and it looked really ugly, so for now I've put it up here. This will probably get replaced with a bigger one, or I might put one of the bigger ones with the amethysts on it somewhere on the path, so that we can see one actually in motion. And again, all around, little bits of geode, little blocks of ore that they've gathered. At some point we'll have to come back here, and from this side of the crane, there'll have to be some kind of path taking them either down to the tunnel, or around here and into the town. What happened here? Oh, that must have been a creeper at some point. Okay. I've fixed the ground and not fixed the tree. But there we are. Despite not looking like much, this has taken probably 10 hours. Just to do the building. This kind of thing really just nibbles away at your time. I love doing it, and I love how it comes out, but it is weirdly time consuming. You wouldn't think it to look at it, but it is. So aside to putting a few little horsey or donkey friends in place, I think I'm pretty much done for today. I think I'll put the donkey with the little cart. Where are you? Which one are you tethered up to? There you go. I actually want to check these horses, because this one is one that I bred from my existing horses, and I haven't actually checked to see how fast it is, because I do want a really fast black horse. One of those things I always get when I'm playing. That brown one is like the slowest horse I've ever encountered. I shouldn't tether these all together, should I? That feels like better than average fast, but not like stunningly fast. That feels okay though. I think I shall take this very slow brown horse, come on, and we'll put him with the cart over here. Actually, you know what, we'll take you down, we'll put you more like down here. I don't think they'd leave a horse tethered to the cart while they're loading and unloading it, since it can tip. But yes, for now, I think this will have to do. Let's have a quick look from the sky. That has changed so much. Yeah, I really like how that's coming together. I've spent a lot of time focusing on the actual mine bit down there, that this top bit has been neglected for quite a while, but this feels like really good progress. Besides having to change a few trees here and there. They'll get sorted out eventually. This one as well, whatever I decide to do with this one. This one might just get left, but I kind of would like to try and tie it in more with being a fir tree, just not whatever that is. Whilst that's it for the build in this episode, I have one little job I want to do before we go into next week, because next week, obviously, we're going to be updating to 1.20, and we're going to go do some exploring. So I need to go tidy up my ender chest, make sure I've got plenty of room, so if there's anything I find that I want to bring back, I'm free to do so. I can go exploring for days and days and days, and not worry, because at the moment it's very messy. I don't need to keep fish in there anymore because I've got all the cats. I don't need to take my old bow. I'll keep the obsidian. I left my saddle on the horse, but that doesn't matter because I've got 1,000,000. I don't know if you need saddles for the camels. I'm assuming you do. Those are empty. So I just need to get a shulker box to put the slot in. Okay. I think I've got everything I'm going to need. I've got some spood? I've got some food. Some nice delicious spood. I've got some extra stuff to make more shulker boxes if I need them. I've got some spare wood just in case. I've got a lot of rockets, although I've got like a full shulker box of rockets in my ender chest anyway, but this is just convenient to get it all out in one. Torches, some building blocks in case I need them. Just a saddle and leads in case I need those. I might put another saddle in since I've got a spare gap. Emeralds in case I happen to find a wandering trader, and then some obsidian to make thingamybobs. You know, ender pot. No. Nether portals. Yeah, get another saddle since I've got 2 villagers that trade in them. I think that's everything I need. I need to just quickly go fix stuff. Not that it's particularly necessary, but I'll do it anyway. But I now have a lot of spare room in the ender chest. I've got 6 extra shulker boxes should I need them, so they can easily fit in there. I've got my spyglass just in case we wish to view things from afar. I've got milk, I've got water. I've got water in my inventory because I always do. I might take an extra bed. Do I have an extra bed to hand? Because I'm very good at leaving them. Take an extra bed just in case. I think that's everything. I don't think I'm going to need anything else. I just don't want to get halfway through exploring somewhere and then have to come back and you're just doing stupid inventory management. I want to just be able to chuck stuff and carry on. So that should do. I don't think I'm going to need anything else. I can't think of anything else. Just repair the tools. Thread some pumpkins. But that, I think, is that for this week. Done a good bit of building, made some good progress on the mines, and now, next week, exploring. We're going to go out, we're going to find all the new, well, not all the new stuff, we're going to just explore organically and find new stuff. Like I said before, I don't actually know much about the new update. I knew the big obvious things like the sniffer and the things like the cherry biome, but I don't know some of the little things. I know that there are some new plants, but I don't really know how you get them. I know that the archaeology is in the game, but I don't really know how you do it, so we shall find it out. I don't have many intentions for things that I have to bring back. I would like to bring back some of the foliage stuff if I can, but the only thing I desperately want is a camel. They're just so silly and kind of cute and peaceful. I just want a camel. I don't know where I'll put it. I might bring back 2 if I can find them. But yeah, I really want a camel. And then obviously, once we're back, we shall make a start on this town at the front, and I would still quite like to make the iron farm. So that'll be in the future soon. We definitely need to do something down here. We haven't been here in 6 or 7 weeks, really. Maybe even more than that. We need to do something down here. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye bye for now!